So how many auction items are there, Paula?
You know, that's a question for Steve. I don't really know. That's what I'm here for today.
It's a really good question for Kathleen.
Pass the buck.
I think there were.
I mean, I've looked at it.
Just late editions.
It's maybe in the, I would say 40-ish.
Wow, that's awesome.
Including silent auction. Right.
Including, yeah, all auction items, whether
Live
it's
auctions. A live auction was like 12 to 14 or something last time I looked.
I think from the board meeting yesterday, I think Kathleen said 8.
Okay. Great.
Oh, there's Kathleen. Hello. Mike
Hi,
Wilkie's here.
Kathleen.
All right, well, it's 5:01. Let's get started. I'm Paula Dooley from Stephen Ross Wine Cellars, but also the Slow Coast Wine Collective. And 501 Wednesday is a Zoom chat about the people, the wineries, and today about the happening along the Slow Coast and with our members. And our signature event is happening in the new normal, which makes it virtual, Harvest on the Coast. And I'm going to introduce some people first. So if you can just wave so people know who you are. Kathleen is our executive director. Give me a wave, Kathleen. There you go. And then Steve Dooley, my beloved, is the president of the board. And Lee Wolpert is on the board. I'm not sure what your position is on the board. And then Laura Jeffries is a devoted associate member from 101 Wine Tours. And we're here to talk about the event having something for everyone, from a live auction down to sure things, which are not auction items, the virtual tastings. So let's start with the live auction items because I've invited Laura here in particular. So Laura, every year pretty much you put together a pretty great package. So tell me about your package this year.
So this year we're doing Go Coastal, and basically we're going to pick you up in a Mercedes. I'm going to be your guide. I'm a certified sommelier, and we're going to go and visit 3 amazing winemakers where they do business. So we're going to get out to the vineyards. We're going to taste some great wines. It'll feel like you're going around the world because you'll get some Burgundy and you'll get some Spanish wines and some Rhone wines. So it's really going to be a day with me, but mainly getting you to these winemakers that are going to walk you through their vineyards, talk about how they're making the wine, let you taste some of the most amazing wines that are made here on the Central Coast. And it's going to end with dinner for 6 at the Lido Dolphin Bay. So really generous, so happy with my my friends, the fellow winemakers, but also Lido, and what a generous gift for them to donate dinner for 6 people. So
nice.
Super excited to take you on that journey.
And your Mercedes is big, so 6 people could stay spread out if they wanted to, I would guess, in your vehicle.
Yeah, and we've been sort of with COVID, we have blocked our front row. So, you know, there's plenty of room and people can have that feel safe about the space and traveling. And you'll have about a year to use this. So it's not like maybe things will be a little easier next year and we won't have to wear masks. Right now we are, but you know, we're being hopeful.
Fantastic. And then Lee, Little Ranch is ponied up for sure. What have you guys, what's your package?
So we, on our property here in Edna Valley, we have a vacation rental. We call it the Vineyard House. It's a 4-bedroom, 3-bath home, really private backyard, great space for entertaining with a pizza oven back there and a barbecue and a fireplace. So we are giving that away for a weekend stay here on our estate. It's for 4 couples, so 8 people in the 4-bedroom, 3-bath house. The house itself is about 3,100 square feet. One of our partners, Ann Fortini, who's a local interior designer, she dolled out the house about 4 years ago, and it's a pretty fun place to stay for the weekend with some friends. And So in addition to that stay, we'll do a private tasting with the group either at our tasting room, or they're welcome to have us set it up in the backyard of the house to make it a little more inclusive. And we'll take them through a pretty special curated flight depending on their preferences, what we have currently released. So we kind of work with them on that flight. And then of course they'll get a few bottles of wine to enjoy while they're here as well. So it's a fun weekend, and then we can help them, you know, curate their stay with other wine tasting with our local neighbors here in the Edna Valley, and other recommendations. So just a place to come relax and enjoy. And, you know, like Laura said, you have about a year and a half to use this. So hopefully it's back to somewhat normal, but, you know, the house is very private. It's for people to enjoy themselves. So we have a no touch check-in, everything like that with all the new normal. So it's a fun getaway for friends or family to stay.
And it's super beautiful. I've been there, you know, several times, fortunately. And you have like a little mini kitchen in addition to the big kitchen. There's like a separate area too. I mean, it's so perfect for people to hang out at.
It's really fun. A lot of people will bring in, you know, a private chef to cook dinner one night, just to make it even more special. And we'll do, you know, pairings if they bring in a chef and things like that. So it's a fun getaway, and located right in the Edna Valley with so many amazing wineries nearby. So,
And
They
views.
both sound good for either locals just for a away from home vacation, but not go too far, or people coming from anywhere really would love those. And then Steve, you have a live auction item in the lineup. What's in that?
We have a package that is sort of a tour of the Edna Valley, as well as Stephen Ross Winery, of course. But we've sort of teamed up with Spoon Trade Restaurant in Grover Beach, as well as Soleil. That wasn't me. And so it's a 2-day tour of the Edna Valley. There's quite a bit of wine involved in the package. So I believe it's a 6-bottle Chardonnay vertical, a 6-bottle Pinot Noir vertical, as well as a 3-liter of Stone Corral Pinot Noir. But there'll be an opportunity for 2 couples, 4 people, to visit the winery. We'll have a nice tasting there. We are planning to do a dinner at Stone Corral Vineyard. So I know Lee said she had a 3,100 square foot house. Well, we've got a 9-acre picnic. So, but we'll do a dinner out at the vineyard. It's always beautiful out there with food from Spoon Trade. So that'll be really nice. And then it's 2 nights at Le Petit Soleil in town, which is a bed and breakfast. And so there's plenty of time for 2 couples to, we'll keep them busy for part of the time, but there's also plenty of time for them to explore other parts of the Edna Valley and to see other wineries as well.
Awesome. Also good for locals or for people who are coming into town. And then Kathleen, not to put you on the spot to list the rest, but can you give us a couple other ideas of some of the live auction items that are in there?
Yeah, we've, well, I say our winery members have really kind of pulled out all the stops. We've got some really incredible kind of destination packages, ranging from, you know, glamping with the Tallies out in Arroyo Grande Valley. Claiborne and Churchill has donated a private garden party out at their location, in addition to a donation of wine and additional discount for a small party. Oh man, we've got some really great wine packages, which is a great way to kind of showcase if you're either new to, you know, the Slow Coast wine region and kind of want to experiment with, or experiment with some different wines from the region. We have Stock the Cellar package, which includes some really great reserve and special wines from a lot of our winemakers, in addition to a year of storage at Meathead Wine Storage here in San Luis Obispo, which is fantastic. We also have a 90+ point award-winning wine package. So we have about, I think right now we're up to about 28 wines in that wine package. So, and about 20 different wineries participating in that one. So we've got some really great variety, and they range in kind of value and experience. We have also some really great kind of smaller entry level packages, like actually Stephen Ross, you guys donated I believe it's your 3-liter, the 3-liter Stone Corral Pinot Noir, which is fantastic. Timbre donated a couple of really great 5-year verticals, Pinot Noir, Chardonnay. Verdad and Lindquist did very similar 6-year verticals. So we've got some really great wine packages in addition to, gosh, probably about 15 experience packages. So right now it's looking like we have 8 live auction lots, which will open up on November 3rd, and we will close those during the live auction event on November 7th from 3 to 4. And then about 25 silent auction packages, which will also open on next Tuesday, November 3rd, and then close after the live auction portion.
And tell me how the bidding works, because you get notifications, right? If you've been outbid, is that? I really don't, these are not plant questions. I really don't know how it works, but there's, if you're on top of it, you can be aggressive, right?
Oh, definitely. Yeah, it's great. So the software and the company that we partnered with to kind of help organize this, we've built out a whole website. You can find the links through our Facebook page or through our slowcoastwine.com website. It'll take you directly to the auction website. And there are links to register to bid. And that's kind of the most important part. As soon as you register, then you can peruse all of the lots on there, check out all of the details. We have your information, so that way, if you start bidding on the 3rd and say by Wednesday or Thursday, you're getting outbid, then you're able to send a text back and raise your bid, or you're able to kind of set a max bid for yourself. So say you really want to get the Go Coastal tour Go Coastal VIP tour with 101 Wine Tours, and you set a max budget for $2,000, then you'll get notification, or the computer will continue to bid for you until you reach that max bid, and then it'll notify you if you've been outbid at that point. So really great, super user friendly. And the day of the event on November 7th, we will have a whole tech team available all day. So if anyone has any issues or questions or needs their login information again, all of that stuff will be made available.
I think that sounds like an awesome live auction experience, because I get kind of sweaty and my heart rate goes up at live auctions because they talk so fast, and I'm afraid I'm going to either spend a year of college tuition on accident or miss my item. And so this sounds more my speed, where I can actually see it online.
And I have a question. So Kathleen, the bidding opens on the 3rd, and therefore I'll be registered before the 3rd, and then I can go on my laptop computer, I can go to the website, I can look at all the items, and from my laptop, I should be able to place a bid, correct?
Yes. Yes.
Is the live auction a little different, or can I do it the same way? Because what is this? Is it better to have 2 devices, like a laptop and an iPhone?
Yeah, that's actually a really great question, Steve. Yes, we do recommend for the live stream event having 2 devices if you plan on bidding for any of the live auction items, just because it's all happening in real time. And so if you're kind of switching in between windows on your computer or tabs through your computer, we don't want you to miss anything. So it's a little bit easier, and to be able to bid on everything kind of through your phone via text is just a little bit easier and a little more seamless than having to do it all on the computer. So we recommend, streaming it on one device and then placing your bids on a second device.
Kathleen, is that somewhere, can you put those notes somewhere? Because I'd love to share that with especially a lot of people that have been our clients in the past. Just those little hints would be great.
Yeah, we'll have as soon as we get a few more people registered for bidding, we have all those emails and notifications built out, and then I'll be sure to send all those to our members as well.
Thank you.
Then maybe Kathleen, in the chat, you can just put the website. I think we all know the website, but if you want to put in the chat the website in case somebody wants to jot that down.
Perfect.
And then, so I want to say something about those vertical lots. That's something that you truly can't get at the winery, because wineries don't pony up their library wines easily. So those are something to get. You know, this is a good opportunity. And then one thing that I was thinking of with there's a sure thing for people who don't want to deal with the auction, live auction, or even a silent auction. These virtual tasting celebrations are a sure thing. You know, you can't go to the live tasting out at Avila, but you can still have a good time with the wineries, because the tastings are at different times. Is that right, Kathleen?
Yeah, so we tried to schedule it so that way, I mean, I think all of us will need a glass of wine after November 3rd. So on starting November 5th on Thursday, we have virtual tastings. So Thursday at 3 o'clock is Bailiana, and they've put together a package of Pinot Noirs. So they have five Pinot Noirs in their package, and a virtual tasting scheduled for 3 o'clock on Thursday. Verdad Wines is doing theirs on Thursday as well, but at 5 o'clock. So if people wanted to do both, they could enjoy both. And Verdad is doing a Tempranillo vertical tasting. And then Stephen Ross, you guys are hosting yours on Friday the 6th at 5. And I'll let Steve talk a little bit more about that. And then Tolosa is Saturday just before the event at 2 o'clock from 2 to 3. And they have a 4-bottle kind of best of slow coast package. And then Lindquist family is doing their tasting on Sunday, the next day at 3 p.m. And he's doing a variety of biodynamic wines from the Sawyer Lindquist Vineyard. So some really cool variety and some great options.
And so these are wine packages that one can buy now. So if you were to go to the Stephen Ross website, for example, on the wine page, it's right at the top where you can buy these, but you can also find these through the Slow Coast Wine website. That actually does direct you to the individual wineries, but kind of the idea is that you would get the, let's say the Tolosa, you would buy those Tolosa wines and have them now, and so that you would be ready for the virtual tasting when they host it next week already. And so, yeah, not only you maybe open all the wines, but you'd be able to taste those wines along with the winemaker, I presume, and enjoy those wines while discussing them.
I think it's important to know that people don't have to open all the wines to attend the tasting. They can just choose the one that they want to drink and then listen to it and take notes on the rest.
Yeah.
Yeah, and I think we're running out. I think a lot of the wineries have set a deadline for November 2nd. So if people are interested, make sure that they've got their orders in very soon. But so far we've got some, I think a lot of people signed up. So people are excited to do something and participate and celebrate, you know, this year's harvest however they can with our wineries.
The November 2nd thing is probably for shipping, I would think. Yeah. I would guess most of the wineries would continue to sell the package available, but if you want to make the tasting with the wines in hand, you got to plan ahead. Let's see, where does the money go that we raise? Steve, or do that, Steve or Kathleen?
Well, it primarily goes, some of the money goes back to the organization. I mean, a lot of the money goes from the auction goes back to the organization. I mean, there is a fund, a need component with the YMCA, but the money goes back to the organization that helps us in our marketing efforts and helps us with our efforts to get the word out to both consumers, to trade, to businesses. And we do that in various ways. You know, I mean, social media, we do it through, keeping our website going. Things like videos that we've produced this year that help us in our advertising, all sorts of things like that help us get the word out.
Word out how great we are.
Yes.
And I should have invited the YMCA onto this call, and I don't know why I didn't, but the Fund a Need is the SLO YMCA. which is so much more than a gym. You know, they do really amazing things for children and adults in our community. Do we know, like, are our funds earmarked for anything specific with them, or at their discretion for programs?
For programs, it's kind of at their discretion. They said, in talking to them, they said that they've been able to reopen and do. I wasn't really sure with COVID kind of how their services were affected, but they said they've been able to continue a lot of their services for the community throughout this time. And so that's kind of specifically what I think funds will be going to, is kind of just maintaining the community programs for kids who are, and families who, you know, are dealing with maybe childcare issues or need some more extracurricular when they're studying at home. And so it sounds like they've got some really great programs in the works, and this is going to be a big help for them in continuing all the great efforts that they do.
Yeah, I bet they're looking forward to SLO County moving into the next tier where they can have more people inside as we go into the winter. But I know that for the county, childcare has been an issue as people can go back to work or working from home and just having a little break. The YMCA does an amazing job with their kid programs. Well, what else do we need to what else do we need to talk about this event, Kathleen? Have we left anything out?
I think just getting people to check out all of the great auction lots that we have, and to just kind of keep getting the word out there. I think everyone's kind of chomping at the bit to get out and go on vacation or do something a little bit different. And I think a lot of our packages will really fulfill those needs for now, in addition to, you know, helping a great cause. The funds go back to the Slow Coast Collective, and we are such a unique organization in that we are so grassroots, and almost all of our wineries are small and family owned and operated. And so being able to market as a collective is so important for so many of our members. And we would just want to make sure that after, you know, this time of COVID, when it's been a real struggle for a lot of businesses, and that we're able to kind of come out into 2021 hitting the ground running, and hopefully being able to do more for some of our hospitality partners as well. So this is a big event for us, and we really hope to see as many people here for our virtual event as we do as our in-person event, and really hope that we'll be in person next year, because I know we all would love that.
We could all use a really good wine tasting event right around now out there along the water. That sounds like heaven to me. Well, thank you everyone for coming. I leave you with these words: go drink something delicious, eat something amazing, and the most important thing is to go vote. All right, goodbye everyone.
All right, thank you.
Bye, Paula.